Don't have any titles, so we'll just call this Down the Road with Brian Mallard. I usually put that in text, but who cares? So we've got. It's been a little while since I shot a video in here, and it's about time. But actually, this video is a little overdue, and Walt's got his little file folder there for the pertinent evidence for this video, as you've seen by the title by now. Walt got a ticket in small town America, specifically Reynolds, Georgia, and well, we'll just let Walt tell the story.
Yeah, it was a week of Thanksgiving. I was driving from Columbus to Macon.
Been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it was pushed off. That's right.
Yeah, it was a week of Thanksgiving, and I was driving into Macon, and there was a police officer who came up into the median, coming out of Reynolds, was coming into Reynolds, and he pulled up to the median, and before I even got all the way past him, he pulled out and came around and fell in behind me. And
so would he even had time to see your license plate?
No, he hadn't. So far as I can remember, I can tell, and I have it on dash cam as well,
Right.
that I don't think that he ever saw the tag before he decided he's going to pull me over.
Small town America.
I was in Brian's soul, and anyway, he pulled me over very quickly after I went past and said that he could not read my car tag from 4 car lengths away, and he gave me a ticket, a $400 ticket.
Yeah, $400 because they can't see your car tag.
Because I had a cover on the tag. This is the cover that I had on the tag, and this is.
We got evidence, y'all.
Yeah.
I documented this.
This is the tag.
Let's get that a little close.
with
Oh,
the-
right. I probably shouldn't do it too close.
With the cover on it.
Yeah.
You can scan it. I've already got it scanned. You can just put it into the video.
Gotcha.
And anyway, that was the tag that he said he couldn't read from 4 car lengths away. And this is it as well. And this is my semi-convenient ticket. Well, we went to court. Brian went with me. I was so thankful. And with all
I
this
was
proof,
wearing my NCIS cap.
he was. And we had this proof with us, and it was reduced down to a warning after some argument with a police sergeant there in the Reynolds courtroom. They had.
Which, by the way, was an abandoned middle school. It wasn't even a proper courthouse. It was an abandoned middle school.
And
Looked like it too.
I think it was a Farm Bureau building, and it has a gymnasium is what it looked like in it. Yeah, it did have a gymnasium because we walked into the
Yeah, because
gymnasium.
it was a school.
Yeah, and then we walked around into one of the, I guess, a classroom,
Yeah.
and it was a courtroom. There was no judge present. They were just there to take money from the people who had tickets, and there was more than 100 people there in a line.
Roll the footage real quick. That's what it looks like. That's how many people were there. All right, back to the program.
There were more than 100 people there when we arrived, and people were still arriving afterwards, and young women were walking out in tears, and we walked through to get our little file paper to present to the court, and this is my court date, but there was no judge. It was just a court clerk collecting money for tickets. I understand that this is not illegal, but it's unethical. But
When
anyway,
you get a court date, I guess you get a court date to go and see if you want to just pay it off or go before a judge. My thinking is there should be a judge there, and you go there and you see the judge. And you can do either, but they're on our dime. They're our employees, so they should be doing it the way we want it done.
my familiarity is that you go before a judge and either plead guilty or not guilty, and you're going to either pay it or you're going to request a jury trial.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like that at all. And the
Small town
sergeant,
America.
and the sergeant was arguing with us about it, and they're saying there is no judge. If you want to talk to a judge, you can come back next week. And I said,
That's an hour away, by the way.
and I kept insisting, I want to talk to the judge. Why is the judge not here? I was given a court date. Why is the judge not here? And there is no judge. This is the way it is because I said so.
Yeah, he was kind of like that too. His manner was, I'm your boss. Never mind that technically we're his boss.
And I told him, I was told that I can talk to the judge and present my evidence to the judge and say, handle it. He said, who told you that? I said, that woman in the blue shirt over there. And he looked at her and said, oh, kind of, he responded a little like, oh. But then I said, she ought to know. I said something like she's in charge here. And he was like, she is not in charge here. And anyway, but then apparently he, at this point, as I remember, he called over the officer who had given me the ticket, who was just right over there, very young looking fellow. And I presented the tag cover and the photographs to him. I said, my tag was not obstructed. And that's what I've been telling the sergeant before anyway. And anyway, the officer said, well, he
He
said,
was quoting the law. About
yeah. And Robert Wright had given me the law on the obstructed tag that you cannot have anything on your tag that blocks it unless it is clear, transparent. And so I presented that to them. They started backing off then, and that's when
which, as you can see, is clear. It's a little faded, but it's manufactured clear.
And that is when he called the officer over, who suggested, offered, well, I can knock it down to a warning. How would that be? So I want to dismiss. He said, well, I can't dismiss it. And I understand actually later that, yeah, he could not dismiss it. A judge would have to dismiss it. But he did knock it down to a warning. And but there were so many other people there who got nailed, and they were just racking up money for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. And that's this is a public forum, and potentially a lot of people can see it. Everybody should write their congressman and call for reform for these small towns to just do things right. It's like everybody knows what a small town is like. Everybody knows how crooked it is. You would think that somewhere along the line somebody would have clamped down on that stuff.
The only reason everyone who went through wasn't pulled over is they didn't have that many police officers.
Right, they would have pulled over everybody.
They would have pulled over everybody. But as many police officers as they had, they were all pulled somebody over. Mm-hmm. It was a cash register court. That's what it was.
So after that, we were headed back out of the room as fast as we could go, within the speed limit, obviously, and we were looking for chicken.
Yeah.
So, having been cleared for in the circumstances, a warning was very acceptable because potentially very crooked small town. We thought it was best to just take the warning and not even worry about trying to go before a judge. But then we were looking for fried chicken, and our sister Lisa had told us about this place in Butler, and that's where this is going to pick up right now. Yeah. Butler is what would be considered a sleepy town, but it's got the traffic of New York City. How you doing?
Shot a story here one time.
Oh.
In that courthouse. Did photographs out of a beautiful, rich blue sky.
Well.
Not up until 11.
Well, I'm not going to be getting fried chicken at
Dusty's, Miss Bessie's,
Miss Betty's Fried Chicken.
Betty's.
So we're going to head back, and if we see something along the way that looks tasty, we will stop. So Betty's Chicken was closed. So we run on down the road a little bit to Tobbleton. Remember this? Oh yeah, baby. Remember how this place was in an old motel?
It was?
Yeah. I think that's what this was. Yeah, it looks like an old motel. I came here with Omar and Robert one time.
Remember that. Thanks.
Eventful morning, but it ended up with some
It'll be delicious.
fried chicken at Big Chick.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm not exactly sure the difference between a side breast and a center breast, but I'm about to find out.
The center breast has the breastbone right down the middle, I think.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be delicious.
Yes.
Well, I just got 2 side breasts.
Before I leave, I'm gonna get fries and a steak sandwich.
So we're gonna eat this delicious fried chicken. It'll be doing great if we can keep Walt out of the system.
Did you say while we were there? Did you say while we were there?
Oh, well, there's gonna be a whole different part of the video.
I mean, would you are mentioning it?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
we're gonna do that at the house.
I got you. Yeah, more than 100 people there. It was, we could have come in at 11 or 12,
Yeah.
and still wouldn't be late.
Oh man, it's so hot and delicious. Oh man. Look at that. Oh man.
I am so thankful, Brian, that you came with me.
Oh yeah. Well, I couldn't let you go alone.
I think you were greatly influencing your situation. And they don't tell people ahead of time. Yeah, the judge is not there.
They give you a court date, and the expectation is for you to just come pay the ticket. I will say that at least they were on the level enough to back down when you quoted the law to them, when you showed the evidence.
Yeah.
To go.